Hello everyone, my name is Construct and we play Goat format Yu-Gi-Oh! Welcome back to Turbo Tuesday. It is time again to bring some chaos to the dueling book ladder. I am more than ready to start. So no more words from me, let's get to the video. Welcome back to Turbo Tuesday everyone, good to see you here. Usually we just hop right into some replays, but I really wanted to show the deck again. I think it's been a while, and for those of you who are new, I think you should see the deck we are playing. And also I added some new corner monsters for our frame, and we have the Witch of the Black Forest. I know it's not GOAT format legal, but it's such a beautiful card, such an iconic card in the beginning of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I really like it. And I think it kind of fits the deck style, like from the artworks. And I wanted to have it here. And here you see the deck. I had some changes, actually a few days. I wanted to try to keep Mirror Force in the side and add a third Raigeki break. But I realized, like, my thought was like, okay, people fear Mirror Force, and to have it inside is okay, I think, because you just need it like for aggro matchups. But then I realized it's such a good card and it's just good to have it in the deck. Even if you don't play against aggro, it can be very good, and that's why I decided to go back. I added the second mind control. I'm not sure if we had 2 mind controls last time. I think maybe we had even 2 Karibos last video and just 1 mind con. But maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not sure. But this is the deck we are playing today, so let's hop right into those replays. So welcome to the first replay. I know usually we have a Thunder Dragon on the right corner where the Sork is now, but I just think it's so cool that we are able to have a Sork as a profile picture, like in general. That's why I disabled the Thunder Dragon, and we have a Sork for this video. Playing against Poop, they start with a Delinquent Duo, hitting the Tsukiyomi, and we discard a Jar of Greed. Not the best hand in the world, but we have a duo by our own that makes it a little better. But let's see if we can pull a win here. They're thinking pretty long. Well, always risky to play a turn 1 breaker. Could be snatched. We duo first. Though they saw, I think, that we are on maybe turbo or something like that. Could be control also. But we hit the middle one, which is a Fossilier Dragon. And a Roulette Barrel. Okay, okay. Oh, as always, by the way, I forgot everything, kind of. Maybe I will remember again when we are into the match. I decided to hold the Grace. I wanted to have like a Thunder Dragon first, or maybe a Sinister Serpent. They have the Breaker, we don't care, we have the Jar anyways, so we get a plus here. Or kind of a plus. They don't get a plus. So they get in with the Breaker. Let's see what we draw. Hopefully, okay. I think now we have to Graceful. I don't want to get too low. Yep. Still not the best draws here. Unfortunately, we can't have a use of the Assailant. I think we get rid of the book and the Raigeki break, or maybe even the Sork. I think I want to keep the tribe. Yeah. We set the Night Assailant. That's the best use we have with it here. Maybe they have a knock anyways. Okay, they attack into it. Now Chaos is live on their side, unfortunately, but should be fine. Nothing to do here. I think we even summon the tribe. We have to snatch if they have maybe like chaos or something. So we at least get something going. They activate Scapegoat in the battle phase, which is wrong if you ask me. Maybe they didn't do it on purpose. Oh, this was actually our first game in this season. That was another reason I wanted to show you the deck. Also, we have a new season. Did I say reason? I'm not sure. We have a new season, and like for a fresh start, we see the deck, we play. Maybe I will show you every video of Turbo Tuesday. Let me know in the comments if I should do it. I think that may be better. They have a Warrior Lady snatched our tribe. We have a snatch for our own. I think, yeah, we set the faith. So we maybe get a light to grave. Very unfortunate they have a Rhoda, so this... No, this isn't game, actually. Very nice. Kaibaman. Well, Dueling Book is not loading, but Kaibaman for Blue Eyes, that was the deck. Damn. Damn. Alright. Love myself losing against Blue Eyes. Now the memories kind of come back. So game 2. Man, this is awesome. Now I also know why I kept it in the video. Busted hand here. We have a duo again. I have myself a Capri Sun. So they play two artworks, like both artworks. I love both, but I think with the Blue Eyes I couldn't play both in one deck. Don't know why. When I record this, we had a stream yesterday and we created a Blue Eyes deck actually in stream. That was so cool. Like with the Paladin of Blue Eyes. So we activated Upstart, activate Pot. Fortunately, we didn't find Thunder Dragon, but here we just set Dekoichi and Raigeki Break. Hopefully we get a flip into Grave so we can have a use of the Night Assailant. Mirage Dragon. That's more than fine. So we gotta draw off the Dekoichi into Spy. So now our Raigeki Break is kind of live. Like, we have a good discard. I don't think we wanna use Raigeki Break in end phase. I think here we should set Spy or maybe Moth even, but I think I would set Spy first within the deck, and then we can think about setting Faith. Yeah, perfect. They run into Spy. Set one back row. We finally find Thunder Dragon. We could think about using Storm here, but I don't think it's necessary for now. Definitely discarding Thunder Dragon. And I think now we could... Well, we could think about using Storm, discarding Thunder Dragon, and then have a big push with Tsukiyomi and 3 spies. That would be cool. But we decided to go the Marv route. That's fine too, I think. The push would be even better with a like Chaos Monster. So Kaibaman coming in, this time with the artwork. So they attack into the Marv. I think we get back a pot. Yeah. think retrospective, I would have made the push, but we didn't. I just wanted to say we didn't have any protection, but we had the Regeki break, so pot is coming down into ring, very good. So now I think it's time for storm. Chain Regeki break to the Mirage Dragon. Let's see if they chain something. Yeah, okay. It's good that we like forced the scapegoats so we can summon tribe. We decided to discard Night Assailant, maybe to get back the Moth, which is pretty cool. We could get back Storm. But now I think we definitely summon tribe, get rid of the tokens, discard Thunder Dragon, and attack with all of them. Oh, we discard Night Assailant. Oh, we have a Night Assailant loop. Awesome. Yeah, we got the ring for protection anyways, so nice. Clean 4,000 damage. Snatch. I think we should even... Yeah, we definitely should ring the tribe, since they could get rid of our spies, or we... or we don't care about the spies because they can get rid of resources and we don't really care. Card destruction. I think we should have ringed the tribe. Well, we have the Tsukiyomi to get over the tribe, and we have a torrential. Yeah, they asked which card set, but I think it's pretty obvious. But yeah, set the torrential. Now the field is empty, and we could have a use of torrential without like destroying one of our monsters. Yeah, they didn't know that like Snatch is just gone and they keep the monster. So they have just lights engrave. I would let it through. If they have a metamorphosis, yeah. Maybe we should have waited, but it's fine. We are so ahead, I think. Shining Angel, perfect for ring. I think we should use ring here because I want to keep them off to have a loop with the Tsukiyomi. Perfect. So we recycle. Okay, don't have to recycle anything. We draw into BLS with the jar and have game. GG. So, going into game number 3 against Poop. I remember like game 1, I was like, man, do we lose our first match in the season against Blue Eyes? Crazy. So they have a Grace, discarding 2 Kaiba Man. Man with an E. Rhoda for, I think, Didi Warrior Lady. It's a warrior, right? Yeah. Yeah, there comes the lady. We drew, we sided into the control version. They set 2 back row and summon a Shining Angel. They activate a Trap Dust Shoot, which is pretty bad in this situation because we had 2 Regeki breaks and a card destruction. But I remember they chose the Dekoichi, which I wouldn't have chosen here. So we discard Thunder Dragon, and I think we set the Regeki breaks. We could also set 1 Regeki break and use card destruction. but I think that's better. We can wait for the card destruction for like Serpent. Or maybe later a Night Assailant loop or Night Assailant into a flip monster in grave. So I didn't want to be greedy. But I think we will use one Regeki Brick. Okay, we can take an attack. Saku is fine. It can clear the Shining Angel or the DD Warrior Lady. Unfortunate, they have an MST. So now I think, will definitely use one Regeki Break at least. Here I was like, man, do we lose? Yeah, we use Regeki Break against the Warrior Lady. They have my body as a shield, so we have to use the other Regeki Break against the Warrior Lady. So we are standing with the back against the wall. We're at 5200. I think Sangan is good. If they don't have a knock, this could be a chance. Yeah, they attack into it. We search for Serpent, and now we can finally have a use of the card destruction. We could, I think we set Mirror Force. Ah, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. They Solemn the Metamorphosis. So we set the Serpent for the meta. And now we just set the Mirror Force and hope. Yeah, we eat the attack to maybe have a better use of the Mirror Force. We get back the Serpent, we draw into Sorg, which is pretty cool here because it is live. That Sangan was a good one. So, summoning Sorg, banish the Shining Angel. And I think we use card destruction into Upstart. They had a Snatch and a meta, so very good card destruction. I think card destruction becomes even better if the duel is getting longer, so they have maybe a BLS or something they want to keep in hand. And then we can get rid of it. We have we draw into Scapegoats, which we set. So looking kind of good. Snatch is gone. They don't have a Dark. If they even play BLS, I don't know. Looks like a very light focused deck. So once set back row, they still have Torrential and Mirror Force. We get back to Serpent. Lightning Vortex can be good. And we just attack with the Sork. They have another Scapegoat, which I think we destroy it with the Lightning Vortex, since they should have another Metamorphosis. I think that's the best use we can have with it. Another Solemn. Damn. Okay. Is this the half for life points? I don't think so, right? I'm not sure right now. You tell me in the comments. But I bet they had like 3,000, like 3,250 life points, right? Damn. So they set a monster. We draw into Tsukiyomi, get back to Serp. We got the Mirror Force, so we can really, well, I think we banish one token, summon Tsukiyomi, flip up the Sork again, and attack into tokens. I think that's the best we can do. Yeah. Duel is fine, because we can get back the Serpent. They set another monster. Graceful is, of course, excellent here. So we definitely discard Serpent, and I think at this point it doesn't really matter if it's 1125 or 2125. So we discard the spy, activate upstart into another spy. So I think we just attack. Yep, into the old one. Another Shining Angel. I think it gets close with the targets now. Alright. We set them off. Pass the turn. So one set, we will flip Moth. I think we get back Graceful. Yeah, we set the book before in case this is a dust shoot. Flip Moth, get back the Grace. And here you can see why Moth in a turbo deck is just so good. So ring is game anyways. We discard the Serpent and I think the Spy. We will attack with the Sork. We could think about summoning even the Dekoichi, or we just do nothing. But I decided, like, even if they have Torrential, we could summon the other Sork. So, Dekoichi attacking into which looks like a Mirage Dragon. They had a My Body as a Shield set. I think they cheated with the life points. I may be wrong, but let me know in the comments. I think it's super wrong to play at least 2 My Body as a Shields with, like, I assume 3 Solemns. I wouldn't play something like cost, like, you can always activate a Solemn because you just halve your life points, but you can't always activate like My Body as a Shield, Premature Burial, Linquent Duo, so that is a lot of life point cost in my opinion, and I think 3 Solemns should be enough, but we were pretty lucky with the Sangan. Not lucky, but luckily for us we had it. So this was match number 1 against a Blue Eyes deck. Super, super cool. Let's just hop into the next one, so see you next duel. Alrighty, match number 2 against Darkly Big Rabby, or Rabby, I don't know. We are at 173 at this point. Yeah, good hand. I think we set the spy. Set the jars. We could also think about like, you could think about like, okay, the Moth is kind of useless right now, but I think it will be useful soon enough. And I think I'd rather have... Okay. I would just wanted to say I'd just rather have the spy banished than the Moth, but you have to make decisions. And if they don't have a knock or anything, we could draw into good spells with the jars. So I kind of maybe prepared some Pot of Greed Recycle or a Grace. So look at this. We could have an advantage of this now. Snatch. These are spells, but not really spells I want to see here. Tribe. Okay, unfortunate. So I think we leave the Moth set. They seem to not have any set monster removal. This could be a Night Assailant, but... So Kaiku coming down. We just have the MST set, and they don't attack. We draw into Grace, which is very graceful. So we flip Spy. We want to be aggressive here. Use Graceful. So we thinned the deck before. We have the Serpent anyways for discard, and I think Book of Moon could be good here with the Snatch. Well, we will recycle Graceful next turn anyways. I think we could get rid of the Dekoichi. Yep, so we have a Dark Engrave. But we don't have something against the set monster. I think we snatch the Kaiku. Oh, okay. Okay. we decided to summon Breaker. We have the MST anyways if they have a Snatch. To snatch the Breaker, we get over the Kaiku and try to beat over, which I assumed at this point a Sangan or so, and seems it is a DD Assailant. So this looks like a kind of aggressive, chaos-like deck. I don't know. We will set the Regeki Break and pass the turn. Hopefully they don't have Storm. This would be a big punish here. We would have been forced to discard maybe like Book of Moon. They waited pretty long here, I think. So the normal summon DD Warrior Lady into the Breaker. I think we just let it go. Since we have the MST for any back row, that's fine. Yep, there comes a back row and a illegal set monster. Soul Release, I remember that hits so hard here. They get rid of our Graceful, which we could recycle. They get rid of the Serpent. That was like one of the biggest Soul Releases I've seen. That was crazy. So I sit here now with like nothing to discard, nothing to recycle. Just crazy. We decide to take the new one, and you see now what this deck is going to be. Kind of a banish, make damage, whatever deck. So pretty bad for us, to be honest. But I think we will snatch the Assailant. And we could think about using MST since we could recycle it. I don't think we should attack like this, but we decided to go this route. And now I think we should set the Book of Moon. Yeah. Let's see what they have. They get 1,000 back. One new set and one set monster. I think, yeah. I didn't want to discard anything if it's not necessary, and like we could use a Regeki Break on the set monster. Or I think we recycle the MST to use it on the new set. We hold Prio, of course. It's a bottomless trap hole. Then we use Regeki Break on the monster. I think we discard just the Zork or the other Regeki Break and try to win. If this is a hold Mirror Force, congratulations. Looking good. Looking very good. This is exactly game. Crazy. Awesome. Awesome. So we win game 1. I think we sided like, I don't know, maybe we sided in Karibo or, I don't know, Walks? This is difficult. So we definitely sided in like Zombira and I think the Lightning Vortex, maybe the Sakuretsu. And maybe at this point, this was the not Mirror Force main deck version, but I'm not sure. Played a few duels with it, but just like 2 or 3. So this maybe is the other version. So they discard Thunder Dragon, set to back row, and 1 monster. We have a weird hand, but like glad we have the Thunder Dragon. So we have discard fodder for Lightning Vortex. I think we just summon Zombira and see what we can achieve with it. Because we need a Dark Engrave and maybe they have a Battle Trap or anything. It's a DD Assailant, so both are banished now. We could bait set the Metamorphosis to have something on field. They already have 3 back rows. They discard 1 Thunder Dragon. That was super weird. They discarded 1 Thunder Dragon. with fail to find and then just banish one. Didn't get what they wanted to do here. So they attack with the bazoo. We draw into Raigeki Break, which is cool. We set the Sangan, I think, and the Raigeki Break. So bazoo gets to the original attack again. Maybe they wanted to have a push next turn, but why would you discard the Thunder Dragon before? Didn't really see that. So Rhoda for hopefully Exiled Force, not the DD Warrior Lady. Assailant, okay. So they didn't attack again. We draw into Saku. So we could think about like attacking with the Sangan into the set monster to have a use of the Lightning Vortex, or Tribute Sangan to have a Dark Engrave, but then we couldn't really get rid of the set monster, so I really like the idea with the Lightning Vortex, I think. Or we just chill. Let's see what we decided to do. Yeah, we set the Saku and chill. I think that's fine. I don't think they will use Storm if they would have had it, because they have so many back rows. So now they search for Warrior Lady. Snatch. I think, yeah, we just chill. We are not in a hurry. This Lightning Vortex becomes better and better. Spy is pretty cool here, so I think we just set the Spy and pass the turn. Next turn we could think about the plan to like attack every monster to get them face up. We definitely flip the Spy. And now we have 3 monsters, and I think Chain Disappearance, I remember that. Super cool. I really like the deck. It has some weird choices, but it is fully on banishing stuff. That's pretty cool. So they have the Chain Disappearance for the Sangan. I was thinking about like maybe Raigeki Break our own Sangan, but I think that weren't weren't the best. We attack into 2 monsters. I think here I was like, I'd rather get rid of 3 monsters than no monsters, so we hit the Lightning Vortex now. It is a +1, so should be fine. Yeah, Thunder Dragon gets banished, unfortunately. I think they don't get banished because Banisher is destroyed in the same chain. I may be wrong, I'm not sure, but I think that was right. So, we summon Tsukiyomi to reset a Spy and pass the turn. Cool turn. Really like that. Cool deck. Banisher of the Light is such a weird card. If I look at it, it's kind of an auto win against like Turbo, right? Like, if you have it early game. It's crazy. Also, I think Soul Release is underplayed against Turbo. Just one Soul Release, I think it's cool. I know everything has its like advantages and disadvantages, but I think it's cool. So I think we flipped Spy. Tribute. Well, we could flip Spy, tribute it for Thunder Dragon to get a Dark Engrave. Summon BLS. I wanted to say and use Metamorphosis for Gatling Dragon, but if we summon BLS, we banish one of those monsters, and then we just have one opponent monster, and like this Gatling Dragon could go totally wrong. So weird spot here. Well, definitely flip Spy. I think we summon in defense. We Could reset the other one again with the Zug. Or we tribute for a Thunder Dragon and summon Zork to attack over one of those monsters, but I think it's pretty clear that it will get banished. Or we summon BLS to banish those monsters, like, every turn. Yeah, I think that's fine. We summon it in attack position because of, I think, Ninja Grandmaster Sasuke. But they have assailants, so I think defense would have been better. But we have the Regeki break, so this should be fine. Another set. We don't really care about anything because we don't fear Torrential since we have so many monsters. Well, Torrential is the only thing we should fear if we want to flip up the Thunder Dragon. But maybe we just don't flip up the Thunder Dragon and just attack with the Spies, get BLS to defense, and get in. I just realized they're on like 60 cards. Crazy. That's one thing I have to watch out, like looking if the opponent has an extra deck and how many cards they play. These are all informations which are pretty important. So we hit the middle one, I think that was the new one, Inferno Tempest. Imagine we would have attacked with the BLS. I remember the video of Cup Games. I don't remember what deck it was by, but he was able to activate this one, and I think won with it. That was so crazy. So we just go to attack with the Spies. They have a Scapegoat. Now they are left with one sad card. We just attack into two Scapegoats, and I think do nothing more. I don't want to risk a Torrential, to be honest. We could also think about use a Regeki break on the set card and then like reset the BLS or anything, but I think we can make a big push next turn. And let's see if they set another back row. Storm is still there on both sides. So they have a new set. We could think about end phase, Regeki break, yep. Another Scapegoat, so pretty glad I did the end phase. Destroying. I really fear that back row. I think we just... Well, we have to Zork if anything goes wrong. And a ring. So I think we can risk it. To like... We could banish a goat. Play Tsukiyomi to reflip the BLS. Or we go the safe route and just attack with the Spies. We don't really care. Yeah, I think that's better. Why risk it? We're in such a good good position. Set the ring, pass the turn. Dark Core. We just talked about Dark Core in the WhatsApp group. I was asking like, why is nobody playing it? I never saw Dark Core on the ladder on any GOAT duel I played, and now this person comes and uses Dark Core. It's so funny. It looks like I planned this or anything, or I saw this before and then asked, but I swear this is afterwards. So funny. I was thinking here if we should activate Ring on the BLS, because it will get to Grave on the one hand. On the other hand, we do damage. Didn't realize at that time that we are at 4900, so this is super dangerous. Wouldn't do it again, like retrospective, but we did it. So Ring is going on the BLS. They still have one Thunder Dragon in hand. No, they used all of them. So Bazoo's coming down. Glad we have the Saku. I think they banished 3. Yep. Imagine they have a return from the different dimension. That would be crazy now. So Saku on the bazoo. And now, yeah, now we will go for game. This is 24. This is 4,000. I think we flip the Thunder Dragon, and then we summon Tsukiyomi to try game. And of course, they just left, as always. Was this game one? No. That was game 2. So we won against Darkly Big Rabby. Thank you for using Dark Core. Cool deck. I think it's super hard to win with this, but it's like a banish as much as possible, burn, and everything. Super cool. We won 2-0. So that was match number 2, and that always was this episode of Turbo Tuesday. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs up. Cornstruct signing out. I wish you all a good week. See you next episode.